Macedonia, Kate Sofia of the Netherlands, Sofia Denmark delegate, Kate Sofia of the Netherlands, NAPSA Norway, EPSA Poland, APF Portugal, Passafair Romania, NAPSA Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, SPSA Slovenia, PEP Spain, SNAP Sweden, ASEP Switzerland, Youth International Turkey, BPSA United Kingdom. Please raise your voting cards high. Please raise your voting cards in silence in the GIs. I have 26 voting members present.
And I received the standing orders. We'll continue with the elections. In the order, we have the election for the Secretary General. The VC has received one application from Mina Zoturi, proposed by NAPSA Serbia, seconded by BPHD Germany, and I'll invite Mina to provide her 3-minute speech. You have 3 minutes.
Dear General Assembly, hello. It is lovely seeing all of you from a different perspective this time. Today I am here with the desire to become a member of the EPSA team for the mandate 2019-2020 as the next Secretary General. For a position with such an extensive workload, I believe time management is the key, and it will be my primary focus. I understand how important it is for members of the team and member associations to receive minutes and documents within the set deadlines, and the fact that their work depends on it would be my greatest motivation. I feel confident that my long-time involvement with student associations, going from Twinet coordinator to PSAN's president and then NAPSA LS, my knowledge and my motivation enables me to actively contribute as a member of the executive and the EPSA team. As you know now from my motivation letter, this is far from my first EPSA event. And when I think about the impressions that stayed with me after each event, I always remembered being amazed with the competence, the drive, and the professionalism of the members of the EPSA team. It is what sparked my interest to get involved further in the work of EPSA, leading to this very moment. And I would be thrilled to be given the opportunity to continue in the same manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. I'll now give the word to NAPSA Serbia for their proposal speech.
So, dear oldies, okay, I can start. My minute can start. Okay, it was very difficult to me to praise such a person in just 1 minute, especially when it comes to candidacy for such an important position. But in front of NAPSA, we are really honored to can propose Mina for our Secretary General. Well, prospering through NAPSA in the past years, she has also prospered in terms of EPSA, improving her knowledge and competencies in this regard, so that she would now stand before you as a perfect candidate for this position. Through many years of efforts and dedication, Mina gained all the qualities of a team player. Leading teams, both locally and nationally, she has learned to deal with challenges and to bear any responsibilities. And as LS last year, she got to know in detail with the goals, visions, and EPSA's structure and projects. While with her charisma, enthusiasm, and positive energy, she can contribute to team harmony.
Thank you, NAPSA. BPHD, seconding speech.
It can be a mess to chat with me because I usually take like ages to reply on Messenger. There are few people who have what it needs to stay in touch with me, but Mina is one of them. Because they need to constantly poke me to answer, People who succeed in keeping in touch with me usually possess extraordinary stamina, reliability, and a good spirit. And Mina has all of these qualities. If being a SecGen is all about providing support for your fellow team members, about meticulously keeping track of what is going on, and about providing a reliable framework for EPSA's work, Mina is everything you could wish for. With all her years of experience as Alison only, she is well versed in all matters of EPSA, and it is safe to say that the EPSA spirit burns deep inside her heart. She will dedicate herself to the task with the highest motivation. It is my special honor to second her, and please, consider her for your new Secretary General. Thank you.
Thank you, BPHD. And now I will open the floor for questions.
Thank you, Mina, for your presentation. I would like to ask you, since this is a position that is not so appealing to students due to all the workload and writing minutes, could you please elaborate more on your motivation for this position?
Mina.
Thank you for your question. I do understand that the portfolio of this position is, let's say, quite specific, and it's maybe not as easy to implement new things in this portfolio. And I think the core work is about, maintaining a high performance. I think that my main drive is actually what those minutes are then, and like all the documents, all the paperwork, what that is used for, and like how that keeps the wheel turning in the work of EPSA and its members. I would be very honored to contribute to that work of EPSA in this way.
Next I have Fab Spain.
Gonzalo, next day. Well, first of all, thank you, Mina, for running for this position. We all know your work in this year. And well, we would like to ask you, why are you running specifically for Secretary General, and why do you think it can be the best for EPSA? Thank you.
Mina.
Thank you for your question. So maybe to elaborate a bit on my previous answer, I believe that for once my let's say colorful experience in this EPSA journey could really contribute with the input as the executive member on, since I had the opportunity to be an LS or a participant of the events, I could be just an avid participant in many EPSA's projects, so I can provide a different perspective to different team members on what different projects could maybe require. Also, the core work is requires someone very detail-oriented, very responsible, and let's say able to coordinate, and also persistent, which are the qualities I believe I have proved myself to possess. And this all led to me running for this position today. Thank you.
Hopsa with the bullshit.
Do you have a time record for the link call?
Thank you, Hopsa. I'll take a question from Opeth.
Portugal, thank you for your application. I'd like to ask you, how do you plan to promote the meeting secretaries and scrutineers open call in order to increase the number of people interested?
Mina.
Thank you for your question. First of all, I believe timely promotion is one of the major keys. So, well advanced before events, point out the necessity for these positions. Also, rely heavily on the work of you guys. So, actually, making sure that you also engage in singling out people from your associations to kind of, enticing them to apply, let's say it like that. So it would be in collaboration with you guys, and also with a timely promotion, and of course, well-structured social media posts, so that it doesn't just focus on the for work, but actually what contribute you're making with your work. Thank you.
CPSA.
Iva, CPSA Croatia, so thank you very much for providing us with your motivation. I would like to ask you, how would you ensure that the team members follow the deadlines for submitting the documents?
Mina.
Thank you for your question, Eva. This would be like a maybe multi-layer approach. First of all, I would try to develop a close relationship with them so that we have a good communication and that I'm not some remote person poking them from time to time to actually deliver in time. Also, yes, persistently sending reminders and ultimately pointing out that them not being on time doesn't really seem professional of them as EPSA team members, and then ultimately the whole EPSA team. And that will show in GA packages and in me succeedingly sending the leftover documents. Thank you.
Annette.
Bien in France, as you know, and as Mariana knows, it's a very consuming time position, and I would like to know how you will prioritize your work and how you will manage regarding time management.
Mina.
Thank you for your question. First of all, very important for understanding the work of this position were Mariana's very truthful and detailed reports, and I could actually see what the problems were and her advice to how to maybe make some changes that will aid in the process. As I stated in my nomination form, I consider setting an exact day for doing the OEMs so that they are not delayed because they are weekly meetings, and so you guys can have all the information. And then the rest of the days, just trying to do as much as I can on the remaining meeting and the remaining documents. And I believe that my, let's say, personal situation would allow me for a lot of free time and a lot of focus on my EPSA work. So altogether, I think that will enable me to deliver properly.
Next, Sofia.
I was just wondering, do you have any experience in writing minutes?
Mina.
Thank you for your question. Yes, I have been a meeting secretary in several GA sessions, so even though that was aiding the work of Secretary General, not actually doing the work of Secretary General, I think this is the closest that I could have gotten to it without actually holding the position, so I think that would be a great help. Thank you.
I have Claudia in the back.
Hello, Claudia, Alina. So, being for secretary is also an executive position, so it's not just writing minutes and stuff like that. So, how do you see yourself in being in the EPSA executive and being a member that will bring forward the EPSA mission?
Mina.
Thank you for your question. So yes, this is the other part of the position that is also very, very, has lots of responsibilities. And as I stated, although on a smaller scale, I do have experience in executive positions. I do have experience in working different team dynamics, team environments. So I think those are very important experiences. Although on a smaller scale, adding up to and preparing me for something as challenging but also rewarding as is being on the EPSA team. I think and I hope that many of you who know me know that I'm very outspoken, that I'm not afraid to state my opinion, and that I would have no problem providing input and opinion and advice, and also support, which is ultimately one of my main goals, to my team and making sure everything runs as smooth as possible. Thank you.
Next is EPSA Macedonia. I have no other points on the speaking list. Are you ready to proceed to internal discussion? Okay. Then I'll let Nina to provide her closing speech for 1 minute.
Dear General Assembly, thank you for your questions. I hope that I helped remove any uncertainties you might have had regarding my application. I think we all notice a phrase that shows often when applicants want to explain their decision to run for the team, and among others, that is to give back to EPSA. I believe that the best way for doing that is performing your tasks on a very high level and also providing constant support to your team. I hope you recognize my capabilities to do so and see me as the next EPSA Secretary General. It would be an honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. I'll kindly ask you to leave the room and a helping team member to join her out. Make sure that she is far away from the room. Laptops out, phones, screen down, live stream out, nobody